For centuries, the Cordillera Mountains of northern Luzon Island have been the sanctuary of my ancestors. The rugged mountains have silently witnessed how they lived, struggled, persevered, prospered, and died. These are my relatives. They're having a kanyao. A kanyao is a ritual performed to thank the spirits, to appease them when they're angered, or to ask them for favors. They may ask the spirits for healing, protection, purification, sanity, or safe voyage. Offerings are made to the spirits during a kanyao. The pig is a traditional ceremonial animal. It is carefully selected to make sure the animal is strong and robust. The tapway is the ceremonial drink. It is wine made from red rice called kintoman. Music is provided by playing the sulibao and the gangsa. I'm Dr. Alvin Gerlin. I'm a psychologist practicing in the county of Sacramento, California. For the past 4 years, I've traveled to Europe and Asia, flew over the Atlantic Ocean twice, and crossed the Pacific Ocean 6 times to research my family history. Cordillera, Myth, Music, Magic is a documentary about my family ancestry and how my ancestors have been influenced by 333 years of Spanish colonial domination and 48 years of American colonial rule. My father was the oral historian of our clan. In 1977, my grandmother passed away. During the funeral wake, the stories I heard about the clan awakened my interest. I discovered during that time that my great-grandfather wrote an autobiography. From then on, I paid more attention to the stories shared by my elders whenever we had gatherings. I took notes during talks with my father and Norma, my oldest sister. In less than a month after I was back in the U.S., Norma passed away. So I was back in Manila to attend the funeral. And at that funeral, I met Lydia Delosa. She was my aunt, and she told me that she had a brother in Daly City who was the family historian. Oh, 2004 kang imay niya. Dito yung alistaan. Amoy yun o kanino?
Purmansik nito yawan dito na isulang pimanti amok nga nakakukwata. Nagkukwa mo tilalakay ini. Isong adamot ti amo na nga nag-adal isong nga nilistana.
Kanda ki mo listaan nga inaramid ko mat. And later, we compared notes. And there were a lot of consistencies, but there was some areas where I noticed it was not accurate, but I did not want to make that point at the time. Ubing kayo pala, you have been interesado kayo in the family history already.
Siguro rin kahit ko nga kuhan kita no maamuak ati relatives ko kuma.
Kayo, dingdingig kayo tin istorya, tilalakay.
Muna ano mo minsan no dati ang kakanyaw. Kasi muna di ugali di kat no dadi nga adara di tapay nga wain nga naijar. No ag istorya tilalakay kat ang kaag tao ko namin di ko. Alam na dia danum ti tapoy ikaban mo ti tasa saka iwaras ka dagi ag istorya. Kasi ati kaslakwa. Inararamin ko nga daduma. May istoryada mo ti sunga mang nangkuti daduma nga istorya. Da kami nga pamilya nga ag Marcos nga ti apo mi ket sagipil. Han mi nga amo nga dagiti Elena nga kabsat ni Sagipil han mi amo dagiti ukian ken ni magsilo nga kabsat ni Sagipil nga nakin-anak ken ni tatang mi nga Marcos. Taday mo tatang ko nga ni Marcos Sagipil Elio awan met ti istoryana nga daytoy ti one time one din nga labot ko kahit kung ano ang partilos na nga rin sinalusod ko iso. Iti ko na masapol ka nga ano mga sawak tabumak na nga ag kaniawak sanan to apan ayawan ti partidos na nga iamam mo. Li idin na tay awan ti amam mo mihan mi nga amamu dagitoy Elena magsilo ken okian. Tatay di ko kunakpima ken ni manong Emilio nga padasuman nga konsultaan na kakabsat tayo kakasingsing tayo ta kwa tano ag inamuti anak ti maysa ken maysa.
Uncle Castro invited me to the annual picnic of Bivac, Northern California. Bivac is an organization of the different tribes of Igorots. They have chapters all over the world. Bivac stands for Benguet, Ifugao, Bontoc, Apayao, and Kalinga, the different mountain provinces of the Cordillera. The event was held at Coyote Point, San Mateo, California, in July 2008. I met two cousins, Rodrigo Batagan and Norma Tuyawan. I have a picture here of your family. Can you tell us about your family?
This is my old family picture. My mom and dad, I think it's somebody's. Every year I think we take a family picture. So this is one of them. I think this is my sister's graduation or something in high school or something. I don't know what year this was taken, 50s or when he was 50s. So.
Yes.
Yeah. He's already 91. Agpa-farm pa lang.
Oh.
Dapat lang niya bugyas.
Yes.
He's still strong so far. Sa paam talakay ni tatangkon. He's already 91. He's not getting any younger. So.
Yes, sure. On the day of his funeral, I met Samuel Saldayan, one of our cousins. Samuel has been working on our family tree. He was excited and proud to share a copy with me, especially when he found out that I was working on the same thing. However, his had errors identical with Uncle Castro's list. After that first meeting, we maintained contact. In his emails, he attached photographs and introduced more relatives. Samuel was born and raised in Luu. He retired from the U.S. Navy and lives in San Diego. My grandmother did not disclose her Igorot ancestry, and of course, I'd like to know what could be the possibilities on why she did
She
not.
didn't do that. One of it is because of the stigma attached to the word Igorot. The grandchildren could have been proud to claim their Igorot roots. How could she have, not believed that Igorot is a worthy background? But again, you have to go to the stigma and the fact that her kids were definitely going to be interfacing with lowland society, and you don't want to have any reason why they should be disadvantaged. To me, that's very understandable. But the interesting thing is it must have been bothering her mind that toward the end of her life, she divulged it.
At least naman, inaccept niya. Di nga panang open up na is already good step nga i-amuna ti da kayon tun following generation to really learn about her ancestors because she was deprived of doing that. I have to be honest and be, transparent now that I am ready to meet my creator. Apay nga ilamang ko pa lang dito, there's nothing to hide anymore.
Tell me about the ignorance.
It is knowing where you came from, the culture where you came from, hanggang na-expose siya. The knowledge na lang yung culture nga nagapon na is through hearsay. She probably has not experienced it to the bone, to the very core. So nga ikabay na siguro adi ang sitwasyon na.
Another question for you. As far as prejudice of lowlanders for the highlanders, do you feel that that's still a strong reality?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you elaborate?
Sometimes it is because we ask for it. Sometimes it's still uren dagi tattao nga they're not fully full-blooded when full-blooded. It still has that wrong notion. You have to really start from us to really change this stereotype thinking, this stereotype belief of who Igorots are.
This artista named Kendi Pangilinan, I mean that is an indication of that it's still in there. Of course, in my heart of hearts, I'm really convinced that she did not mean to be mean, There was no wickedness on her part toward the Igorots. She was just expressing the national psyche of Filipinos that is anti-Igorot. And now why is that? Because of it all has something to do with the 350 years of resisting the Spanish rule, where the Spaniards, the missionaries would be killed, the Igorots refused to be baptized, Sometimes they pretended to become Christians, and when the Spaniards left, they just forget, return to their animism. And so the apostasy led to denouncements as treacherous, not trustworthy, and the killing of missionaries again called for words like bloodthirsty. And when the Spaniards ventured to the highlands looking for Igorot gold, which they had done very seriously many times, the officers were Spaniards.
Yes.
The soldiers were lowlanders, Pangasinan, Ilocano, Tagalog, etc., all over from the lowlands. They would be killed, for example, and so the families in the lowlands would be grieving their losses and then denouncing the Igorots and, blaming the Igorots. So that's how I think that's how it happened.
There are still a lot of ignorant people when it comes to bias, especially these lowlanders. They don't know what they are talking about the Igorots. There was one incident that I have to tell this person that he is an ignorant person. He's innocent. He doesn't know what he's talking about, because what he's talking about, whenever they see a person who doesn't have slippers, who have a dirty clothes and everything, they always call them Igorot. That's a very bad impression.
You look like an Igorot.
Yeah, you
I
look
think
like an Igorot. That's the impression.
Derogatory.
Yeah, that's a derogatory. So I have to tell them, you are ignorant. You know what? Because these people are the ones who never get out of their place, of their cage.